Alright, so we have a big, pretty controversial game coming out this week that everyone is kind of sitting in their seats waiting to see how this game is actually going to be. A lot of people are just throwing on the hate train and just not giving this game a chance at all. Others are skeptical by what they've seen for the gameplay trailer and hearing early access reviews and want to know if this game is actually worth playing. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, of course we were talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows, a game that I talked about only a handful of times on this channel, mostly because I'm busy with all my Warhammer stuff. To all my Warhammer 40k fans, the PTB update video is coming as fast as I can make it, but it will be out shortly, so you can see all the new stuff that's coming in possibly patch 7 and get a little tease on what's gonna happen in that game, and I'm so excited to show y'all. But let's get back to the task at hand. Reason I'm making this video is because Assassin's Creed Shadows is coming out on March 20th. I am a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. I would say it's one of the first few franchises where I have gotten every single game in that franchise. There are other series, of course, I follow, like the Saints Row series, which unfortunately is dead in the water now because of the last remake and they thought it was gonna work. But Assassin's Creed has always stuck with me. I don't think I've ever played a bad Assassin's Creed game, in my personal opinion, until we started entering the RPG era. And even then, I don't think those are bad games, I think they're bad Assassin's Creed games. I know Valhalla tried to return it to format while keeping the RPG mechanics, but it was boring. It was just straight up boring and way too long. Mirage gave us a taste, or gave all these new players from the RPG era a taste of what Assassin's Creed used to be, and besides the combat being absolutely atrocious, I still don't know how that was able to fly. The game was great when it came to the Assassin's Creed style. With the announcement of 4 new Assassin's Creed games, Assassin's Creed Red, which is now Assassin's Creed Shadows, is finally here. And this game has had so much controversy around it, to the point where people think if this game doesn't sell well, Ubisoft is going to get bought out by Tencent. I don't really know if that's going to happen as frequent as people think. Yes, Ubisoft has been fumbling almost non-stop lately, but they also just announced that they're doing another year of content for Skull and Bones, which is another thing I should cover sooner rather than later. But I'm getting off topic, and the reason I keep getting off topic is because this game has a lot of stuff that's happening, possibly a lot of stuff riding on it. Assassin's Creed Shadows is probably one of the biggest games to come out from Ubisoft that has so much baggage. And thanks to early accesses or review codes, reviews are already starting to come out for Assassin's Creed Shadows. And the reaction to all these reviews has not been very humble. And as you're browsing through these, especially if you're on like Facebook pages and stuff like that, it's crazy. A lot of these companies are giving this game 8 out of 10, 80 out of 100, and more things like that. With the biggest thing I've been seeing is that the female protagonist, Naoe, is the main thing that people are happy about. People are saying that Naoe is feels like the most assassin in Assassin's Creed, say that 3 times fast, of all the games. And that's honestly what I'm looking for when it comes to playing this game. So to hear that is awesome. But what about the other character that's been causing so much flack to Ubisoft, Yasuke? Yasuke is the samurai protagonist, and as we figured, Yasuke was not going to be technically a full-on assassin, being in a samurai armor, not being able to run around, climb buildings nearly as good as Naoe. So that's more of a going in combat first approach. Well, because of Yasuke's limitations due to not being as nimble as Naoe, it has made people very not liking him. Don't get me wrong, his combat is good, but Naoe's combat is just as good. But Naoe can climb rooftops, Naoe can do stealth assassinations, Yasuke can't. So, for a lot of people, if you are going to play this game for wanting to be an assassin in Assassin's Creed, fucking crazy that I have to say that, most people are going to play Naoe. And with Ubisoft recently releasing the fact that you never need to switch characters, I could imagine a lot of people who are fans of this franchise are going to play Naoe. They might try Yasuke and see what he's all about, see what his limitations are. But hearing all these limitations that he has, doesn't make me want to play him either. Not only that, now he's bringing back the Hidden Blade combat, and that was one of the only selling points I had for this game for a long time. But if you actually sit there and watch some of the gameplay footage and see what features they're doing in this game, I think a lot of people are just kind of hating on it to hate on it. I understand Ubisoft has not been the best company in a long time, and I can already hear the comments saying I'm just going back to being a Ubisoft fanboy. I'm really trying not to. But everything I'm seeing about this game is like everything I want in an Assassin's Creed game, besides the RPG aspects. It's hard for me. Like, this really is torn a middle ground. Assassin's Creed Shadows seems like it's trying to be the bridge from the RPG era to the OG era. And in terms of combat and gear score, the RPG era stays, but in terms of stealth and parkour and all this navigation through the world, the OGs are here. So it really does feel like it's trying to mash them together. And can we make both people happy? Or do we need to keep making two different versions of this series, Mirage and Valhalla as an example? But then there's also the problem that I've been seeing a lot of people say. I have no evidence if this is true or not, but it does make me want to promise something. There's been a lot of people commenting saying that all these review scores is Ubisoft trying to buy people's favor to try to save themselves. Like, oh, this game isn't worth 8 out of 10 or 80 out of 100 and stuff like that. I'm curious if that's true. But I know there's people in this world that would not give this game a chance. This could be the best Assassin's Creed game of all time, and I think they still won't. They still won't give it a high rating. Right here, Odyssey and Valhalla meet OG Assassin's Creed. That should be making people go nuts who like Odyssey and Assassin's Creed 3 and Brotherhood and stuff like that. There's already been lists out there that are basically saying, where's this game gonna end up when it comes to this? Also, this looks like Assassin's Creed Chronicles China, just saying. And this reviewer words it exactly as I said earlier. Shadows feels like the perfect middle ground between the series' two identities. And also another thing I've learned is that this game is probably about 40 hours for story-wise, but don't expect anything really when it comes to the modern day story. Unfortunately, ever since Desmond has passed, I don't really blame them for that, for honestly doing that. But they need to do something to connect these. For God's sakes, Loki is somehow in the modern day era, which is another reason I want to check this game out, because how the fuck are they gonna explain that? But I want to make a promise to everyone, because I'm sick of hearing that Ubisoft's paying these reviewers, Ubisoft's doing this, Ubisoft's doing that. I think Ubisoft's trying to save itself right now, and if they're personally buying reviews, that's fucking horrible. And if that ever gets exposed, that should these reviewers should lose all their progress. I know IGN has been on a downslope for a long time since they gave Concord an 8 out of 10. I think they gave Suicide Squad like a 7 out of 10 and stuff like that. And now they're giving AC Shadows an 8 out of 10, and they gave AC Mirage an 8 out of 10. So you're telling me this game is as good as AC Mirage when the combat for AC Shadows looks a lot better? I will say, as someone who plays a lot of games and looks at game reviews, one thing you need to know if you're gonna play games and want to enjoy games, let your own opinion be the reason you enjoy a game. I told my friends that I pre-ordered AC Shadows last night, and they were all shocked that I did. Meanwhile, it's because I want to do this. I'm going to play AC Shadows, and I'm going to take my time with it. So if you're looking for a fast review, unfortunately that's probably not going to happen on my end. I'm currently trying to get some videos done that will free me up to just simply play this game. And since I'm a small YouTuber, I can make this promise, and you should believe me because Ubisoft's not going to give a shit what I say. I'm going to release a look into of AC Shadows. As much work as that fucking sound. And I'm going to tell you how this game is as a true AC fanboy. If this game is truly dog shit, I will fucking tell you. If this game is truly good, I'm going to tell you. Whether you trust my opinion or not is obviously completely up to you. But I want to make that commitment. I want to make the commitment that if all these people are being bought out to say this is 8 out of 10s and whatever, well, what about a small YouTuber that nobody gives a shit about? Those are the types of people you should be looking at, or anyone that's just in the community. Those people who actually play these games for fun and enjoyment will actually give you good quality reviews. someone who's doing it for a paycheck, I mean, let's be real here. They're gonna take a sponsorship deal and they're gonna take the money before they give a fuck about the game's actual quality. So I just wanted to say that. I want to get this video out right before AC Shadows hits, and I will be there to check it out. I'm genuinely curious if this game is actually gonna do well, or are we really gonna ride the hate wagon so hard that we put a company out of business? And like I said, if the game is shit, fucking hit them. But everything I've seen, the season's changings, Naoe's combat, Yasuke's combat, everything I've seen looks really fucking good. So, sue me. It's why I want to check it out. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. If you like the video, let me go ahead and give it a like, and do me a favor and subscribe so you don't miss that a look into AC Shadows video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.